Learn English with Rose and Leo podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Rose and Leo. I'm Rose, and I am so happy to have you here for episode 2.
And I'm Leo. Rose, after our first episode, I was reading comments, and guys, thank you so much for all the love. Seriously, we were not expecting that response.
I know, people from Brazil, Turkey, Japan, Mexico, it's incredible. And so many of you said the same thing.
What did they say?
They said, I know grammar, I study every day, but when I try to speak, my brain freezes. I can't find the words.
Yes, that was the #1 comment. And that's exactly what we're talking about today.
So today's episode is called Stop Translating in Your Head, How to Think in English Like a Native.
And this is probably the most important episode we'll ever make, because if you can master this, everything changes.
Everything. Your speaking gets faster, you stop freezing, you start sounding natural.
Okay, let me ask you something, Rose. When you learned Spanish, and you learned it really well, what was the hardest part?
Oh, wow. Okay, so I studied Spanish for years in university, in language schools. I even lived in Mexico for 6 months, and I was good at grammar. I had good vocabulary.
But
But when someone spoke to me, I would hear the words, translate them to English in my head, think of my answer in English, translate it back to Spanish, and then speak.
that's a lot of steps.
It was exhausting, and by the time I was ready to speak, the conversation had moved on, or the person was just standing there waiting for me to finish my mental translation.
Right, and that's exactly what our students are experiencing. That freeze, that moment where you know the word, but you can't find it.
Exactly. And here's the thing, it's not a vocabulary problem, it's not a grammar problem, it's a translation problem.
So today, we're going to solve that. We're going to show you exactly how to train your brain to think directly in English.
And we have 4 exercises for you, 4 things you can start doing today to stop translating and start thinking in English.
I love this. Okay, before we get into the exercises, let's understand why we translate in the first place.
Great point. Think about how you learned English in school. What did your textbook look like?
Oh, I remember my Spanish textbooks. On one side of the page, there was the Spanish word, on the other side, the English translation.
Exactly. So from day 1, we're taught to connect English words to our native language words, not to the actual thing.
Right, a native English speaker hears apple, and what do they see?
They see a red fruit. They feel the crunch when they bite into it. They taste the sweetness.
But a learner hears apple, and what happens?
They see their native language word first, then they see the fruit. There's an extra step.
And that extra step is killing your fluency. It's like running a race but stopping to tie your shoes every few seconds.
That's actually a perfect analogy. You can still finish the race, but you're never going to be fast. You're never going to be competitive.
So how do we remove that step? How do we connect English words directly to images, feelings, experiences?
That's what our exercises are for. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, exercise number 1. And this is the simplest one. You can start this in the next 5 minutes.
Ooh, I love exercises you can do immediately.
Okay, name things around you in English, but don't just say the word, visualize it.
Break this down for us. What does that look like?
Okay, so right now I'm looking around this room. I see a microphone. I say microphone in my head, but I also see the microphone. I feel it. I connect the word directly to the object.
Don't think microphone and then translate to your language.
Exactly. No translation, just the word and the thing.
And you can do this anywhere, walking down the street, sitting in a cafe, waiting for the bus.
Tree, car, dog, coffee shop, window, cloud, shoe, everything around you is an opportunity to practice.
And if you don't know a word, what then?
Great question. If you don't know the word, don't translate it. Write it down, look it up later, or describe it in English.
Describe it. How?
Like if you see a squirrel and you don't know that word, you can think small gray animal with a big tail that climbs trees.
That's still thinking in English. You're not translating. You're working with the words you have.
Exactly. And later, you can learn the word squirrel, and then next time you'll have it.
Okay, exercise number 3. This one is a little weird, but it works.
I love weird exercises.
Talk to yourself in English.
People are going to think you're crazy.
Let them. Seriously, this is one of the most powerful things you can do.
Tell us about your experience with this.
Okay, so when I was learning Spanish, I lived in Argentina for a while, and I was okay, but I was still translating. So I started talking to myself
Out loud?
out loud. Every morning while I was making coffee, I would describe what I was doing. I am opening the fridge, I'm taking out the milk, I'm pouring the milk into my cup, now I'm putting the milk back.
And what did your roommates think?
My roommate definitely thought I was crazy. He asked me if I was okay, but you know what? It worked.
How did it help?
Because I stopped translating. I was thinking in Spanish. The words were coming directly from what I was seeing and doing.
That's brilliant. And you can do this with anything. Describe your morning routine. Describe what you're cooking for dinner. Describe the movie you're watching.
Exactly. And the key is do it out loud if you can. There's something about speaking out loud that trains your brain differently than just thinking.
But if you're on a bus or in a library, thinking in your head works too.
Right. The important thing is practice.
Okay, exercise number 3. This one is for people who are ready to level up.
Ooh, level up. I like that.
Okay, have conversations with yourself in English.
Okay, now we're really entering crazy territory. People are going to have us committed.
Wait. Hear me out. This is so powerful.
Okay, explain.
Imagine common situations. You're at a coffee shop. What does the barista say? What do you say back? Practice that conversation in your head.
Oh, I see. So like, hi, what can I get for you? I'd like a latte, please. Sure, anything else? No, that's it, thank you.
Exactly. Or imagine you're at work. A colleague asks about your weekend. What do you say? Practice it.
This is genius because you're preparing for real conversations. So when the real situation happens, you're ready.
Right. And you can do this anywhere. Waiting for the bus, standing in line at the grocery store, lying in bed before you fall asleep.
And you can adjust the difficulty based on your level. If you're a beginner, keep it simple. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thanks.
But not, I'm fine, thank you, like a robot, right?
Right. I'm good, thanks. How's it going? That's more natural.
Perfect. And if you're more advanced, you can practice more complex conversations, job interviews, presentations, debates.
Okay, but here's the thing. A lot of students tell me, Leo, I try to think in English, but I don't have the vocabulary. I don't know enough words.
Yes, I hear this all the time. It's the #1 objection.
So let's address that right now. Rose, what do you tell your students?
I tell them, use what you know. You don't need 10,000 words to think in English. You need maybe 500 to 1,000 common words to start.
And here's a secret. You can say a lot with simple words.
So much. Think about it. Most native speakers use the same 2,000 words every single day. You don't need fancy vocabulary to have real conversations.
Exactly. Instead of thinking, I need to purchase a vehicle, think, I need to buy a car. Simple words, simple sentences.
And here's the beautiful thing. The more you practice thinking in English with simple words, the more new words will naturally come.
Because you will encounter words you don't know, look them up, and add them to your thinking.
But if you wait until you have perfect vocabulary, you'll never start. You'll be stuck in translation mode forever.
Okay, exercise number 4. This is the most advanced one.
Ooh, I'm ready.
Keep an English journal, but not a boring one. Not, today I woke up, today I ate breakfast.
Right, not that.
Write about things that matter to you. What made you happy today? What frustrated you? What are you excited about?
Why is this so powerful?
Because when you write about things you care about, you're not translating. You're thinking, you're feeling, you're connecting English to your emotions.
That's deep, Leo.
I have my moments.
No, seriously, that's a great point. Language is emotional. When you connect English to your feelings, it becomes part of you.
Exactly. And you don't have to write much.
5 minutes a day. 3 sentences, whatever works.
And don't worry about perfect grammar. Don't stop to look up every word. Just write. Let it flow.
You can fix mistakes later. The goal is to think in English, not to write perfectly.
Okay, let me tell you a story. I had a student named Maria from Brazil. She was wonderful, so smart, so motivated. She studied English for years.
But
But she could not speak. Every time someone asked her a question, she would freeze, completely freeze.
what was happening?
The same thing we've been talking about. She would hear the question, translate it to Portuguese, think of an answer in Portuguese, translate it back to English, and by the time she was ready,
The moment was gone.
gone. And she was so frustrated because she knew the words, she knew the grammar, but she couldn't use them in real time.
So what did you do?
I gave her a challenge. I said, Maria, for 1 week, no Portuguese.
No Portuguese at all?
At all. At home, at work, in her head, every thought had to be in English.
That sounds intense.
It was. She told me later that the first 2 days were torture. Her brain hurt. She kept catching herself thinking in Portuguese and had to force herself back to English.
What happened after 2 days?
Something interesting. She started thinking in simple sentences. I am hungry. I want food. The food is good. Really basic stuff.
But it was English.
Exactly. It was English. She wasn't translating anymore. She was just thinking.
And then?
Day 5, she was making coffee one morning, and she realized she hadn't translated anything. She just thought, I need coffee, directly, in English.
That aha moment.
Yes, and from that day, everything changed. Her speaking got faster, she stopped freezing, she started having real conversations.
How long did it take from that moment to when she felt fluent?
A few months, but here's the thing. The moment she stopped translating, the moment she started thinking in English, that's when real progress began.
Because before that, she was just practicing translation, not English.
Exactly. Translation is a different skill. It's useful sometimes, but it's not fluency.
Okay, so let's give our listeners a challenge, something they can do this week.
Yes, this is the Rose and Leo Challenge.
Ooh, I like that. Make it official.
Okay, here's your challenge. For 1 day this week, just 1 day, try to think in English for 1 hour.
1 hour? That's ambitious.
It is, but I believe in our listeners. And if 1 hour is too much, start with 15 minutes or even 5 minutes.
Right, the important thing is to start, to train that muscle.
So set a timer on your phone. For that hour, every thought has to be in English. When you're making coffee, think in English. When you're walking to work, think in English. When you're checking your phone, think in English.
And if you don't know a word, find another way to say it, describe it, or just say, I don't know that word in English, and move on. Don't translate.
Don't break the English bubble.
Exactly. Stay in the bubble for that whole hour.
I love this. And here's a tip. Write down the words you didn't know. After the hour is over, look them up.
Yes, that way you're learning new words in context based on what you actually needed to think about.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's do a quick practice together. I want to show our listeners what this feels like.
Great idea. So we're going to think in English right now, out loud, no translation.
I'll start. Rose, I want you to describe this room in English. Don't translate. Just look and describe. Okay, I see a microphone in front of me. It's black. Leo is sitting across from me. He's wearing a blue shirt today. There's a window behind him. I can see trees outside. The sun is coming through the window. I hear cars passing by.
Perfect. Did you translate any of that?
No, actually. I just looked and said what I saw.
That's the feeling you want. That direct connection between what you see and what you say.
Okay, your turn. Describe something without translating.
All right. I'm looking at Rose. She's smiling. She has a notebook in front of her. There's a coffee cup on the table. It's probably cold by now because we've been talking for a while. I can hear her tapping her foot. She does that when she's thinking.
You noticed the foot tapping.
Of course I noticed. But the point is, I didn't translate anything either. The words just came.
Because we're thinking in English, and you can do this too.
It takes practice. It takes patience, but it works.
Okay, let's quickly recap what we learned today.
Yes, let's do it.
First, we learned why we translate, because we were taught to connect English words to our native language, not to real things.
Second, we learned 4 exercises to stop translating.
Exercise 1, name things around you in English and visualize them.
Exercise 2, talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing.
Exercise 3, have imaginary conversations in English. Prepare for real situations.
Exercise 4, keep an English journal. Write about your feelings, not just your day.
And we heard Maria's story, how she went from freezing to fluent by thinking in English for 1 week.
Finally, we gave you the Rose and Leo challenge. Think in English for 1 hour this week, or 15 minutes, or 5 minutes. Just start.
And remember, you don't need perfect vocabulary, you don't need perfect grammar, you just need to start.
The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress.
Exactly. Every time you think in English, even for a minute, you're training your brain. You're building that muscle.
Okay, next week, we're going to talk about something that every English learner struggles with.
Ooh, what is it?
Phrasal verbs. You know, those little monsters like give up, look for, run into, put up with.
Students hate phrasal verbs.
They do, because they don't make sense. Why is give up not about giving? Why is run into not about running? It's confusing.
But native speakers use them all the time. You cannot sound natural without phrasal verbs.
Exactly. So next week, we're going to make phrasal verbs simple. We're going to show you a system to understand them, remember them, and use them.
I can't wait. Honestly, this is one of my favorite topics.
Mine too. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.
And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us reach more learners like you.
And leave a comment. Tell us, do you translate in your head? What's the hardest situation for you? We read every single comment.
We really do. And sometimes we answer them in future episodes.
Okay, that's it for today. Remember, stop translating, start thinking, and keep practicing.
You've got this. We believe in you.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.